moment, you'll really enjoy this guy. Mr. Matt Rosenberg. Let's bring him in. Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate you all coming out in the horrible weather that we had. Of course, it's no 18-inch snowstorm that we had a couple weeks ago. But I know what you're all thinking. Is this sexy little sandwich single? And the answer is, yes, I am. So a lot of times people come up to me, they know who I am, I look different, I have hair in my ears, start to look like a tree pet, I don't shave it. But you people with regular ears, on the other hand, all look alike to me. And, there you go. One day my friend came up to me and asked me, Matt, why do you look different? I said, oh, it's because I have Treacher-Collins syndrome. Okay. It's a multi-craniofacial disorder. Okay. Multi meaning many, cranial meaning head, facial meaning face, disorder meaning there's something screwed up with you. Thought about it for a minute, and he goes, oh, I was just going to ask you, are those new shoes you're wearing? So, people ask me, I'm hearing impaired, does my hearing aid come off? And I'm like, well, let's see, shall we? On, off, on, off. People seem so amazed by this. I had a teacher tell me one time, she goes, you are the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. I'm like, all I did was take a headband off my head. You know, I wonder what you're going to think about my next trick. I got some keys! Got some keys! You should never get in a fight with someone who doesn't have ears, because we'll never know when we lose. Come on. So, I remember that my first day of first grade, it was like the best day ever. I got beat up. So, the principal and my parents decided it would be a good idea if I went around and explained to the whole school why I looked the way I did. There's a brilliant idea. Let's send our only child at the time and have him explain why he's different. Because elementary school kids are so forgiving of another child's flaws. They're so non-judgmental. You know, luckily my parents are here, so I can just trash them for the next 15 minutes. My dad's going to want to listen to this when he gets home, but who knows. You know, I heard a lot of stupid things told to me by my parents when I was growing up. You know, they'd say, Matt, this is the last time we're telling you to clean your room. And they were right, because I turned off my hearing aid. So, speaking of which, you know, I know, Mitch, you said you were in the Army. And the Army called me too, when I was a senior in high school. And the recruiter, he was like my friend, he wanted to know everything I liked, you know, was really my buddy. And about 5 minutes in, he goes, well, have you ever thought about the Army? And I go, well, geez, sir, I never thought that the Army was the place for me. But you have convinced me, so where do I sign up? And he goes, well, come on down, son, just sign up. Like, wait, one minute. I have glasses. And in the heat of battle or passion, if they fly off my head, I'm just going to start shooting everywhere. And he goes, well, we can take people with glasses, so why don't you come out that way? One more tiny thing. I'm hearing impaired, and in the heat of battle or passion, if my hearing aid flies off, I'm just going to start shooting everywhere. He pauses on the phone for a minute, and he goes, well, how bad is your hearing impairment? And I go, well, here's a tiny little thing that I haven't told you yet. I kind of don't have ears, and so I kind of need the hearing aid to hear. And he hung up right on me, right then and there. And I got really bummed, because I was kind of wanting to be in the Army then. And then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, this is the best decision our country has made in 15 years. Because I would have been the worst soldier in the history of America. Even when I play a shooting game on Xbox, my character is hearing impaired. You know, what? Who shot that? I start shooting everywhere. So, speaking of high school, have you ever noticed that kids nowadays are very, very coddled in high school? Alright? My brothers go to high school, same high school I went to, and I'm not that old. And they get a late start every Monday. They're allowed to sleep in and have it easy on Monday. You deserve it. Well, back in my day, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning for school. I had to find a cow to milk. We didn't have a cow to milk. I had to walk 2 miles, sneak through my neighbor's farm. I couldn't afford a bucket, so I just used my shirt, and I milked it, and I carried it all the way home. And then I had to walk 2 miles back, then I had to walk 3 miles to the bus stop, in the snow, the rain, the sleet, and it was up to here. And then I had an hour bus ride, and that was all by 7 o'clock in the morning. You know? Oh, you're a future. They don't even get books anymore. You know, when I was in school, you had a textbook for math, you had a textbook for English, you had 2 textbooks for history, you had 3 textbooks for science, a workbook for Spanish, a textbook for Spanish, and all this stuff, and you had to jam it into your backpack. And now they don't get any books. Their backpacks are like this. I had a 50-pound backpack that I had to lug all around the school. You know what taught me I needed to make some life changes? When I was walking, carrying around, and I fell over. So, like the teachers, they don't even teach anymore. You know? Kids show up to school. Here, go onto YouTube. Get your lesson right there. All we're paid teachers to do is eat bonbons, watch Oprah, and babysit our kids. We send them to school so that they'll get human interaction because computers teach them at home. I'm a teacher too, so, you know, and I really think that my class is like the kids say the darndest things ever. You know, one day we were talking, one of my students, he goes, going to school, he's like, yeah, I went to the college the other day, there are so many pretty, pretty girls with their short skirts, they're so pretty, pretty. I'm like, that's kind of creepy. Please don't say that again in my classroom. And you can pretty much say anything in my classroom. Anything, anything. You could say, you know, bubbly blueberries. You can do motor brother sound. You can do anything. There's only one word you can't say in my classroom. It's lover. Don't say lover. One of my students said, I can't wait to see my lover this weekend. I go, no, you shut your mouth. Don't say that word ever again in my classroom. If teacher doesn't have a lover, the student doesn't get to have a lover. We were going over interview skills one day, and one of my students, we were like, okay, what kind of socks are you wearing? He goes, well, we should wear the black socks, but they're so hard to get over your second set of toes. I go, wait a minute, what? Did you say you have a second set of toes? I have so many questions. Are they like little nubs? Do they overhang? Are they underneath? I have so many questions that Google cannot answer them all. So, crazy weather we've had the past couple of months, huh? You ever notice that we have the awesome names for weather systems? Like we have an Alberta Clipper every other day this week. I don't know about you, but I did some research, and every name for an Alberta Clipper sounds like a wrestler's name. We have the Alberta Clipper. We have the Manitoba Mauler. And my personal favorite, the Saskatchewan Screamer. I just said that. I'm afraid that some 275-pound burly guy in a mask is going to come in and powerbomb me. I cannot wait. I just want a weatherman at some point in this crazy winter to say, oh, we got a real Saskatchewan Screamer coming down the pike here. It's going to be a real doozy, eh? You ever notice that, like, weathermen, it's like the best job in the world to be a weatherman. Because you get to be on TV. You make a lot of money, you get to dress all kinds of sharp. And where else can you say I suck and not get fired? The only other ones are the Kardashians. So I graduated from college and I live with my parents. I'm realizing all my life dreams right now. Got to move back in with my parents. I have 2 little brothers. I have like 3 tattletales and 2 parents in my house. Anything I do gets the 3rd degree. If I'm on the phone, I have people knocking on my door, going, "Who's on the phone?" I'm like, "Shut up! I want some privacy." And anything I do, if I want to eat oatmeal with a knife, that becomes an international incident at the dinner table. The other day, my mom goes to me, she goes, "I want you to have grandkids by the time you're 30. And I go, "Mom, I don't even have a girlfriend yet." I go, "One would have to get a girl, one would have to be afraid of will come over the awkwardness of speaking to girls. Saying that you're the commissioner of your fantasy football league does not really reel the women in. Or, hey, would you like to come back to my place? I got a nice, comfy 12-year-old futon." So I also have Crohn's disease, and there's 3 things you remember about Crohn's disease: the intense pain, the excruciating pain, and the intensely excruciating pain. But I'm actually going to be going to Russia in a couple of weeks for the Crohn's Olympics. There is no drug testing because we're all on steroids. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Some of my favorite events are going to be, let's see who can hold their stomach the longest luge. We've got the stomach cramp moguls. And my personal favorite, the 5,000-meter short track speed skating colonoscopy relay. In fact, if it weren't for colonoscopies and prostate exams, I'd have no sex life. And I remember my first, colonoscopies nowadays, they do them with like little capsules. And I thought regular picture day was uncomfortable. I've had so many, I think I should have like a VIP card. For every 10 punches, I get a free slice of pie. And I'm going to wrap it up with one more. So, I remember my first colonoscopy. I was 10. That was an awkward time in my life. I asked my dad, "What's a colonoscopy?" And he goes, "Well, they kind of shove a camera up your butt." No, I've had too many of those. I was like, "Okay, they do that. Wait a minute, they shove a JVC camcorder? Well, maybe they tilted on an angle." I was like, "Oh, Matt, you're an idiot." And then I had that light bulb moment. I was like, that's what disposable cameras are made for. I wonder where they developed the film. Alright, thank you guys. You guys have a great
Matt Rosenberg.